Good morning. In this class, we are going to discuss about some common networking devices. Networking devices means what? Networking devices means the necessary hardware equipments that are required if you are going to connect your computer into a computer's network. Right? So these necessary hardware devices are under the category of network devices. Remember, it is a hardware part only. Hardware means you just connect these parts with your computer to establish or to provide a particular access related with that particular part. Right? So here, networking devices, these devices are required in a computer's networking only. So suppose 4 PCs are here with me, and if I am going to connect these 4 PCs with each other, then I require some of these devices for my computer's networking. Right? Now, very first, which one is the first necessary device to connect my PC in a network? The very first and very necessary device is here. Just see, we are having computer. Now, if we want to connect these two computers with each other, very first we should purchase network interface card from the market. This one, it is known as network interface card, or lot of different names are there. NIC, network interface card, then NIA also, network interface adapter. In some books you just see this name NIU also, it is known as network interface unit. And in the advertisement to purchase a laptop, here you just see this name also, TAP, terminal access point. So all these 4 names are related with network interface card only. It is the primary device. If network interface card is connected with your computer, then and then only you can connect your PC with the network, otherwise not. Clear? Now, if I connect network interface card with my PC, so what is the role of this device, or why this device is necessary? Right? We know that our computer works on digital signals, or we can say digital language, or we can say binary language. So our computer works on digital signals, and if you want to send something to another computer by using networking, by using any transmission medium, here it is the transmission medium. So by using the transmission medium, if you want to send something to your nearby computer by using this networking facility, our digital data should be converted into analog signals. Our digital signals should be converted into analog very first, and then only the data travels inside the wire. Right? So the importance of NIC is a mediator in between our computer and the transmission media of our computer network. Right? It takes the data from computer, takes the digital data from the computer, and converts this digital data into analog one, so that the analog signal can be transmitted through this transmission medium. And here again, the NIC that is on the other computer, this NIC accepts the analog signals from the wire and converts this analog signal again into digital signals, so that this computer understands the message, understands the file, understands the data. Right? So here it is the role of NIC. Now the next thing is different types of network interface cards available in the market. The most common network interface card is Ethernet card, this one, Ethernet. Others are token ring cards are also available in the market. Then optical fiber card is also available in the market. But the most common network interface card, it is Ethernet card. Right? Ethernet card works on either star topology or bus topology. Done? And with the help of this Ethernet card, we can establish an Ethernet networking also. Ethernet networking can be established by using Ethernet card. right? Now the main important thing, the most important thing, if we purchase a network interface card from the market, it has an unique number that is provided by the manufacturer of NIC. Once we plug the NIC in our PC, NIC comes with a special address, or we can say a special code that is known as a MAC address. It is unique throughout the world. If you purchase a NIC card comes with a MAC address. MAC is known as Media Access Control Address. Here it is the full form, Media Access Control. Media Access Control Address or MAC address, or in general it is known as the physical address of your computer. If your computer is connected in the network, you can be identified, your computer can be identified by the MAC address that is pasted on the network interface card of your PC. Right? What is there in MAC address? MAC address, or we can say the physical address of a computer, it is a 6-byte address. Very first thing you should remember in your mind, it is a 6-byte address. And if you want to see an example of a MAC address, just check it out. This is the example of a MAC address. Just check it out. It is a 6-byte address. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different units are here in this address, and all these units are separated by colon. This is the colon. All these units are separated by the colon. This is the example of a MAC address. If you did any crime by using your computer on internet, the police person, they can catch you by the MAC address of your PC only. MAC address is a unique address throughout the world. Just remember, and this address is provided by the manufacturer of network interface card. Right? So this is the example of MAC address, and if you want to filter this MAC address, then the first 3 digits of the MAC address, this one, first 3 digits of the MAC address, it shows, it is known as manufacturer ID. Manufacturer information is stored in these first 3 units of the MAC address, right? And the last 3 unit, it is the user's ID, right? It is the manufacturer's ID, and the last 3 digits are known as user ID. So it is about the network interface card. It is a necessary equipment if you want to connect your PC with the network. Clear? Now the thing is, most common network interface card, it is Ethernet card. Ethernet card supports either star topology or bus topology, and mostly in this Ethernet card we use twisted pair cables. It works on TPC. Most of the network Ethernet card works on twisted pair cable, connect twisted pair cable. Some Ethernet cards works on coaxial cable also. Right? So keep in mind, the first important thing, it is NIC. NIC should be there so that you can transfer the data from one PC to other PC by using networking. Now the next term, it is modem. What is modem? It is somehow similar to network interface card only. Modem, the full form of modem is modulator and demodulator. Modem, modulator and demodulator. Now what is the role of modem? What is the working of modem? Here, modem is required if you want to access internet facility on your computer. If you want to connect your PC with the internet or with the internet service provider company, then you should attach modem with your PC. Right? Modem is also looks like the similar thing according to the NIC only, and the work of modem, it is also similar to the NIC, right? Modulation, modem, modulation. Modulation means what? Modulation means to convert the computer's digital signal into analog signal so that the analog signal can be transmitted by using telephone cables. Right? Modulation, convert digital signal into analog. Now demodulation, modem full form MO stands for modulation, DEM stands for demodulation. What is there in demodulation? Demodulation means to convert analog signals into digital, vice versa. Right? Modulation means convert digital into analog. Demodulation means convert analog signal into digital one. Clear? So modem is required if you want to access internet facility in your PC. Right? Modem is also a converter only. Right? Why it is a converter? Because we are going to connect our PC with the telephone cable so that we can access internet. Telephone cable, the cable always works on analog, cable always travels analog signals only, right? Whereas computer carry digital signals. So here also the modem and the role of NIC, it is somehow similar. NIC is applicable if you connect your PC in the network. Modem is applicable if you connect your PC with the telephone cables to access the internet facility. Right? Now two different type of modems are there. The first one is internal modem. Internal means the modem can be connected either inside the cabinet or outside the cabinet. If you purchase internal modem from the market, you have to open your computer's cabinet, attach this internal modem with your motherboard and again cover the cabinet. Right? So internal modem means the modem that is available inside the computer's cabinet. It is known as internal modem. External modem means if you purchase an external modem from the market, you need not to open your cabinet case, your computer's cabinet. Just connect the modem by using either USB cable or this twisted pair cable with your computer, and the modem is there on the table. It is outside of the computer's cabinet. It is known as external modem. Right? Nowadays, a very popular modem that is known as radio modem. Radio modem works on radio signals. If you want to access internet by using radio signals, internet is coming towards your computer or coming towards your mobile by the radio signal, then we use radio modem. Each and every phone contains a radio modem in it, right? When you access internet, when you start internet from your mobile, here just see 3G, 4G or GPRS, it is there, it is available on the screen. Clear? So radio modems are available with our mobile phone, with our cellular phone. Radio modems are available with some PDAs also, with some laptop also, and it is available with this tablet also, right? We use internet in our mobile by using radio modems only. So three type of modems are there. Clear? Now come towards the third point. The third important networking device is repeater. It is a very important device. Repeater in general, repeater is known as amplifier in general. Right? But amplifier is a different thing. Repeater is a different thing. Just keep in mind, you cannot replace amplifier with this repeater. Clear? Now, where you put repeater? Suppose I want to connect these two computers with each other, and if the distance in between these two PC is less than 100 meters, suppose the distance is 65 meter only, right? And for this 65 meter, I just connect these two computers by using twisted pair cable. Clear? Three cables are there only. The first one is twisted pair cable, and we know that the signal carrying capacity of the twisted pair cable, it is up to 100 meters. So no repeater is required if the distance between these two computers are 65 meter and we use twisted pair cable. So then, where we use repeater? Now the question is, where we use repeater? Now just take another example. If the distance between these two PCs is 120 meter, then what will happen? Distance is more than 100 meter. Now it's on me If I want to connect these two pieces with twisted pair cable TPC carries signal up to 100 meters only, and here the distance is more than 100 meters, right? So TPC is not applicable in this huge distance. Now my mind says, instead of TPC I just purchase coaxial cable. Coaxial cable means thicknet coaxial cable and thinnet coaxial cable. Two different type of cables are there. If we talk about thinnet, it can carry signal up to 185 meter, and if we talk about thicknet coaxial cable, thicknet coax, it can transmit signals up to 500 meter. So if I want to connect these two pieces with 120 meters distance, twisted pair cable is not applicable here. Which just choose this thinnet coaxial cable. But instead of choosing thinnet, if I want to connect these two pieces with TPC only, then how can I connect? Just use TPC with repeater, right? Repeater. TPC, we know that the signal carrying capacity of TPC is 100 meters only, and the distance in between these two pieces are 120 meter. So if we attach repeater in between the wire, in between the communication medium, this 120 meter distance can be achievable by TPC only. Right? Repeater means what? What is the role of repeater? Repeater works like an amplifier only. Right? So what is the role of repeater? Repeater receives the signal from the wire, amplify the signal, and retransmit the signal inside the wire. It is the only role of a repeater. It collects the signal from the wire, and yes, it is also connected. It is always connected in between the wire only. Clear? So just see wire, and in between the wire I just attach one repeater. Repeater looks like this one. This one. One hole is here, one connector is here, one connector is here. So if you are going to connect wire in between two pieces and you just check it out, the distance is more than 100 meter, then wire connected with this repeater, and then here it is our computer. Right? Repeater. You just use R inside this square so that it is known as repeater. Right? So what is the role of repeater? Repeater is applicable only when the distance is more than the signal carrying capacity of a wire. Right? Suppose I want to send 600 meters data. I want to send the data up to 600 meter. Right? TPC not applicable. TPC का यूज करके तो 100 मीटर ही भेज सकते हैं. Not applicable. Now I just go for this thinnet coaxial cable. I connect to PC 600 meters away PC with this thicknet coaxial cable. Now here also the thicknet coaxial cable can send data up to 500 meters only, and the distance is 600 meter. Then what we can do? We just connect one repeater in between the wire so that the distance can be achievable. Right? One repeater double up the signal carrying capacity of a wire. Suppose twisted pair cable 100 meter. The maximum signal sending capacity is 100 meter. Now if I put repeater over here, I can send more 100 meter data so that 200 meters can be achievable. Right? If I apply this repeater with this thicknet coaxial cable, thicknet carries signal up to 500 meter, and with the repeater it can transmit signals up to 1 kilometer. Clear? It is the role of repeater. Now, two different type of repeaters available in the market. The first one is known as amplifier. Right? If you purchase amplifier repeater. Second one is signal repeater. If you purchase amplifier repeater, it is somehow cheap, whereas the signal repeater, it is somehow expensive. Clear? The first thing, what amplifier repeater can do in the network? The amplifier, if you purchase an amplifier and insert it in between the wire, amplifier takes the signal, and it amplifies all the incoming signals and transmit back to the wire. Amplify all the incoming signal. If data is there, it amplifies the data. If noise is there, it amplifies the noise also. If disturbance is there inside the data, it amplifies disturbance also. If crosstalk is there, it amplifies crosstalk also. Means a simple amplifier amplify each and everything that is coming towards the particular device. Clear? So that's why amplifier is cheaper. Now if we talk about signal repeater, what it can do? If we put signal repeater in between the wire, it takes the input signal, filter the disturbance that is there inside the signal, it filters the noise, it filters the crosstalk, it filters the disturbance, it takes the data only, amplify the data and transmit the data inside the wire. So which one is better? Amplifier is better or signal repeater is better? No doubt, signal repeater is better because it amplifies data only, whereas amplifier amplifies each and everything that is available in the wire. Clear? So it is the role of repeater. Now come towards the next point. The next point is connectors. Yes, we require connector. If you want to connect PC with by using guided communication medium means what? Now just see the diagram once again. So the two PCs are available and I am having two options. I can connect these two PCs with the help of wire or wireless technology also, right? If I want to connect these two PCs with the help of wire, I am having three wires. First one is twisted pair cable, a combination of 8 different wires. The second one is coaxial cable, single wire. The third one is optical fiber cable, single node. If optical fiber cable is a single node cable, then it is having only one wire. Multi-node optical fiber cable having more than one wire, right? So based on the wire, according to the wire, we require repeaters. We require connectors, not repeater, right? If we choose twisted pair cable to establish the network, we should purchase RJ45 connectors, RJ registered Jack 45 connectors at the both end of the wire, right? One connector is here, one connector is here. Now I am going to remove this repeater. I don't want to take the help of repeater. So for a single wire, two RJ45 connectors are required and RJ45 connectors are applicable on twisted pair cable only. Clear? Now if I want to connect these two PCs with the help of coaxial cable. Now coaxial cable. If I apply coaxial cable, then I should purchase BNC connectors from the market. Right, three different type of connectors are here. RJ45 for twisted pair cable, BNC connector for coaxial cable. You can attach any coaxial cable, thick net or thin net, both. So BNC connector, then AUI connector. With the help of AUI, we can connect optical fiber cable. If we connect these two pieces by using optical fiber cable, then we go for AUI. This type of connectors are there available there in the market, right? Now the next one. The next one is right. The full form of BNC, Beyond Nail Concealment. The full form of AUI, Attachment Unit Interface. These three connectors are there only in the world. Right, and these connectors are applicable for guided communication medium. If you connect two PCs with unguided medium, means with wireless technology, then no connector is required. Wireless है, डाटा वेव से आ रहा है, कनेक्ट की तो जरूरत ही नहीं, कोई कनेक्टर की जरूरत ही नहीं. Clear? Now come towards the next one, a very important point, that is hub. Hub is also known as concentrator. In some books you can see this hub oblique concentrator also. Now hub is required if you are going to connect more than two PCs, right? And in star topology network only, suppose these four PCs are there, and if I want to connect these four PCs by using star topology style, then only I require either hub or switch. Hub and switch, these both are two different devices. Hub is a different one, switch is a different one. Though somehow the work of hub and work of switch is similar, but these two are the different devices, totally different, right? And both the devices are required in star topology network only. Clear? Now, what is there in star topology? Now, if I want to connect these four PCs, I require a central connector so that I can attach, I can connect all these four PCs with each other. This type of device is known as hub, right? So, for connecting these four PCs with each other, I require hub. Very first thing, hub is needed in star topology. Now, I just connect all the computers with the different ports of the hub. Hub, it is 8-port hub. 8-port hub. Right? 8-port means I can connect 8 different computers with this central device, with this hub. So, it is known as hub. Hub is required in star topology, and the thing is, how hub works, very first, we should know about the working of the hub. Clear? Suppose this computer, I am going to write name of each and every PC, A, B, C, D. Suppose A wants to send something to D, right? A file, A wants to send a file, and this is the file. A is going to send this file to B by using this star topology. Now what will happen? Very first, our computer takes help of TCP and IP. It is a special protocol, TCP IP, or you learn about packet switching technique. In computers, if you are going to send data, send or receive data, computers support packet switching technique. Packet switching means what? The file is divided. Very first, the file is divided into same size packets. Just see, file is divided into same size packets. The size of packet is either 512 byte or 4096 byte based on the network interface card, capacity of the network interface card. Right? In Ethernet card, 512 bytes packet is there in this, can be transmitted at a time in this star topology, right? So, very first file is divided into packets. Each and every packet got the serial number 1, 2, 3, 4. Each and every packet got the sender and receiver IP. Sender and receiver IP. Now the file is ready. File is divided into 4 packets. Each, if we talk about a single packet can have receiver's IP address, sender's IP address, and the sequence number. Right? Now, these packets are traveling through the wire. These 4 packets are traveling through the wire. And it reaches at hub. Hub is a foolish device. It distributes the packets to each and every PC that is connected with the hub. 4 PCs are connected. This computer A wants to send something to D only. But here, according to the presence of hub is a public device. Hub transmit the signal, transmit these packets to computer B also, to computer D also, and to computer C also. It distributes the packet, it broadcasts the packet to each and every computer that is connected with it, so that it is known as foolish device. Now the possibility of hacking, it is increased in this setup. Just see, packets are approaching to all the PCs. Any PC, if a hacker is sitting on PC number 6, it can take the networking data, it can hack the networking data very easily. Right? So the very first thing, hub is a foolish device due to the broadcast system inside there in the hub. Now the second is, hub works on shared bandwidth. Shared bandwidth means there is no specific bandwidth for hub. The bandwidth that is there in the network, it shares the bandwidth only. The next thing, hub is not having any amplification technique. The data packet, suppose the data packet comes towards the hub with the speed of 80 Mbps, then the same speed packet travels from the different line. Hub cannot increase speed of the packet, cannot amplify the data that is there inside the wire. Right? So two things you should keep in mind. Very first, hub is a foolish device. Why it is? Because it works on broadcasting technology. It broadcasts the packet, broadcasts the signal, broadcasts the data to each and every PC that is connected with the network. Clear? Second thing, hub is not having any dedicated speed. The packets that are coming towards the hub in a particular speed, the same speed the packet travels from the hub. It cannot increase, it cannot amplify the speed of the packets. And then the third thing is, hub works on shared bandwidth. These three minus points are there, but it is a very cheap device. If you want to create a network for experimental purpose, then you can purchase hub. You can understand the working, you can purchase hub. Right? Now, the next point is switch. What is there in switch now? Just see. Switch is also looks like the hub only, right? So that we use hub oblique switch. The working of switch or the technology of switch is somehow different from the hub. It is also, switch is also the central connecting device. It is also known as the connector in star topology network, right? So now we just add switch in our network, right? Hub is a foolish device, whereas switch is a smart device. Why it is smart now? The working is same. Working of hub is same, working of switch is same, but switch has some advantages, right? What are the advantages now? Check it out. Switch, very first advantage, switch works on private line system. What is there in private line? The signal, the data, that is A is going to send something to D. Now what is there in switch? Switch connect these two ports with each other like this one. Clear? Internally, switch works on circuit switching technique. Both the circuits are connected so that data can be transmitted to the specific computer only. It cannot transmit the data throughout the computers. It can transmit the data to the specific computer only. It is the very first advantage if you purchase switch over hub. Right? It works on private mode. It sends the signal to the specific computer only. It cannot broadcast the signal. Very first thing. Second, switch comes with a dedicated speed. Switch has a dedicated speed up to 100 Mbps, up to 50 Mbps. These different type of hubs are available in the market. So, if a packet, and yes, switch is having repeater. Repeater is also connected, also attached with the switch, so that the incoming signal, very first the incoming signal amplifies inside the switch, and then the switch retransmits the signal to the specific computer. Right? So switch comes with a repeater so that it provides a dedicated speed to the packets. It amplifies the packet and then retransmit it on the other hand. Clear? It is the second benefit of the switch. Now what is there? The third benefit. The third benefit, if we talk about the third benefit, it works on dedicated bandwidth, whereas hub works on shared bandwidth. Clear? Switch works on dedicated bandwidth. What is the meaning of dedicated bandwidth now? Dedicated means computer A, it is internally connected with D if both are transmitting the data like this one, so that the dedicated path is available from computer A to D, and by using this path computer A sends the data towards the computer D, right? It is known as dedicated bandwidth. Clear? Now if we talk about what is there in the technology, switch works on full duplex communication. In the previous video I told you something about the mode of communication. Switch works on full duplex communication, means at the same time A sends something to D, at the same time D also sends something to A, right? Incoming and outgoing, both are there at the same time. It is known as full duplex communication. Switch works on full duplex communication, whereas hub works on half duplex communication. Half duplex means if you attach hub in the network, first it sends all the data. At the time of data sending, no receiving is there. Once the data is covered, once the signal, once the wire is empty, then it is going to send on the next direction. So it is known as half duplex. Just see the diagram. Full duplex means this one, A to D, continue communication can be there. Half duplex means what? First A sends something to D, and when the signal is empty, the signal is over, then D sends something to A. It is known as half duplex communication. Clear? Now the last topic of today's class, Wi-Fi cards. We can connect computer with the help of Wi-Fi signals also. In the Wi-Fi signal, we are having radio wave technology, we are having microwave technology, we are having this satellite communication also. So if you want to connect your computer with a Wi-Fi router or Wi-Fi modem, for that you should install a Wi-Fi card in your computer. In our mobile, the Wi-Fi card, the radio modem is already there in our mobile, right? But in computers, in laptop also the Wi-Fi is attached already. But in desktop PC, if you want to connect your desktop computer with the wireless network, then you require Wi-Fi card. You just attach a Wi-Fi card with your PC, right? That's all for the day. Thank you so much.